It's time for Swinging Blindly, the show where PJ and Blaise make their bold baseball predictions. Once in a while, they'll hit a home run. Sometimes they'll hit a grounder or fly ball somewhere, but most of the time, they're gonna swing and miss.
Strike three, you're out.
Here he is, stepping into the batter's box, the man with the plan, who roots for a team with a late legend named Stan. It's not unusual for him to lead off, PJ Geary.
As always, I am joined by a fella who roots for Gio Urshela. Two guys who are sincerely hoping that their teams start to do better. If you are joining us under the downpour, you can stand under our umbrella. It's the Swinging Blindly podcast with PJ and Blaise. Don't you forget it. Blaise, what's up? Grade my opening right there first and foremost.
I love it, my guy. Well done.
Thank you.
I got to get Rihanna out of my head some way, somehow over the next hour or so. But that should be relatively easy to do as we start to talk about our very favorite game, even though our teams make us absolute suckers. And let's face it, the performance is not matching the baseball card on either side. You know, whether you're a Yankee fan or a Cardinals fan. I mean, let's face it, bro. The All-Star game, we needed a break from these teams.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I included that line because I feel like Charlie Brown with the cloud of rain over him at all times. It's just it's just no matter where I walk, the cloud follows me, and we're under a downpour. But you know what? The umbrella is this podcast, my friend. I'm so happy to be back with you and talking some baseball. For the
Likewise. Nice Charlie Brown reference. It's Christmas in July after all.
I love that you said that.
Had to do it. It was right there. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts and on our social media, facebook.com/Swinging Blindly podcast, on Twitter @Swinging Blindly. So let's get right into it, my guy. The Home Run Derby, to me, one of the very best events in all of professional sports, because there's just something cathartic about hearing how far baseballs are being hit and just the sheer sound of the crack of the bat, the crowd roaring. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I love the Home Run Derby.
So, and I mean, we'll get into the All-Star weekend more in detail as we get into it. I mean, unless you want to just get it right out of the way right now, let's just do it right now.
Let's start off positive. I mean, there's a lot of negative to get into.
You know what? We're switching it up, please. Let's just talk All-Star weekend now. It just happened. We're fresh off of it.
Yeah.
And so as somebody who, you know, if you have a gambling problem, 1-800-GAMBLER or gambling.
No, 1-800-GAMBLER. You had it right.
Gambler. Thank you.
Yep, 1-800-GAMBLER.
You know, I have just recently gotten into the gambling, and I do not go over my means. I do not. You know, I'm not. I literally do dollar bets here and there just to just for fun.
Yeah.
And I ended up doing one of the bets I had on the Home Run Derby. I ended up having the eventual winner, Pete Alonso. I did bet on like 3 or 4 guys, so I had a pretty good chance. But I had over the furthest home run hit at 519.5, and then Juan Soto had that 520 that just won it. So that was
how about that?
Yeah, and you know what? Since we're talking about it now, I'd love to get your take on this. So, as you know, and as we know, people who have watched the game for this long, the timer aspect is fairly new, and with the bonus and the bonus time, and it's just literally just as many swings, like no outs, whereas before it was like 10 outs or so, a lot of amount of outs per at bat. What is your take on that? And I wanna ask you before I say what mine is, just because
Oh,
so
I
interested in
absolutely,
what you say.
sure. Sorry, I stepped on there for a little
No,
bit.
no, you're okay.
Um, I love it. I love the new timer thing because what it does is it puts everyone on the same playing field. It puts greater emphasis on each pitch. Because before, when it was just the 10 outs, how many times did you see a guy take a pitch?
Mm-hmm.
Because it then becomes with that 10 out thing where you are zoning the pitch. You are not going to swing unless that pitch is perfect. Now having the timer and everything, that adds a great deal of emphasis and pressure on getting that perfect pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
being able to pace yourself as well. I mean, the reason why Pete Alonso won is because he paced himself better than the other 7.
And his pitcher, the bench coach of the Mets, Jerry, I might get his first name, Jerry Krause, I can't think of his last name right now.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about there.
Yeah. He was on some podcast this last week because of the home run derby, because he was just so accurate, and that becomes a thing too with the timer. And so I think a counterpoint that people could have, and I just want to throw this out there, is with the out system, it continues on baseball being the only sport without a timer. But I'm on your side. I love it. I think baseball fans being able to have a countdown for the first time, the 10, 9, 8, at the end of the rounds for each guy.
Yeah.
Like that's something that they don't get in regular games. And I think these events, the All-Star game, the home run derbies, these type of deals, they need to be different than what you get in the regular season. And I love it. Like you said, I think strategy is much more in play. I think, you have like I said, the pitcher throwing to you is definitely something that it needs to be taken into consideration. It's just, and I know there was controversy with how technically they're supposed to throw the ball, when the ball lands, but I don't know. I personally don't really care.
It didn't seem like that was a huge point of emphasis anyhow. And
it happened in the ending with Gallo and Mancini, for sure.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I mean, they weren't real.
It wasn't egregious enough. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. It wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't enough for me to be like, like that was. If I had money on it, I was talking gambling earlier. If I had substantial money on it, maybe I would feel differently. But luckily, I didn't. But
Yeah, I mean, I understand that whole side of the coin too with the timer and everything, but really, okay, think of it like this: the NBA has the skills competition, where they have the dunk contest, and you have the shoot around drills and all that stuff. This is baseball's exhibition skills competition, because you're not gonna sit there and watch a bunch of players make dazzling plays. That's not going to bring any entertainment at all. No, what brings the entertainment is to see home runs get belted all over the place.
So there was this video, though, a counterpoint to that, where in Japan they do a bunt derby, where they have like a giant target like on the left and right sides of the mounds, and like on certain spots at certain points.
Yep.
And honestly, I would watch a bunt derby in Major League Baseball, because you know what? Who would even be in it? Because they don't even bunt anymore.
Well, you'll have to bring Ichiro out of retirement.
Oh, right. That would make it even better. Bring back guys who could still lay down a bunt.
Right.
Oh no, that would be amazing.
Okay, there we go. So who else besides Ichiro?
Oh man,
because Ichiro just kind of
David Eckstein.
No question about it.
David Eckstein,
Cardinal.
big bunter. Yeah, I don't know which team he would do it for. I guess he won a ring with both the Angels and the Cardinals, so he'd have to take his pick.
I would hope that he would do it for the Cardinals, not just for your sake.
He did win the World Series MVP with them.
Right, but also too, I mean, what he did against the Yankees in his career. No, I'm sorry. I need him in
True.
the league. So
I don't know who else. That's a good question, man.
what about
Go ahead.
American League guy, Kenny Lofton,
Oh wow,
Juan Pierre?
gotta love Juan Pierre.
You gotta bring Juan Pierre back for
I'm
this.
trying to think of I'm trying to think of the guys who did it lefty, but then there's also just certain dudes who just like Craig Biggio. I feel like might have been a pretty good bunt guy.
Jeter was a
Uh,
good punter.
yeah, yeah, guys who can just lay it down. That's a skill. I don't care who you like. I think hitting a home run is more luck than skill. I think bunting is more skill than luck.
Yeah, but with the way home runs are hit, it almost seems like it's become a specialized skill.
True.
With
Okay, that's
launch
fair. With
angle and
the launch angles, yeah, you're right. You're right. Back in the day when they were just if you hit it good enough with your regular swing, the
Right.
inventation of the quote unquote power swing, the innovation. Yeah, it's like a
Now,
video game now.
yeah, I mean, now what is a power swing?
Every single swing.
That's just it. How is it differentiated from your regular swing?
So that's and then as we were Pete Alonso, for those who didn't catch it, ends up winning the home run derby, an impressive 35 home runs in the first round.
Yeah, 35 home runs and 40 swings, bro. That is unbelievable.
I'm telling you, testament to the pitcher.
Yeah, and can I also say that it was probably a good thing, I think, for the home run derby that Shohei Ohtani got beat in the first round.
Yes.
I absolutely feel that way because it was, now you could really focus on, the story of Trey Mancini. You had the storyline of, can Pete Alonso repeat as a home run derby champion? Trey Mancini and his story. I mean, and Shohei Ohtani, I'm sorry, the guy just didn't belong in it.
Well,
Gotta be honest, bro.
you know what? He was a slow starter because when he got on his run, like that, it's actually I did not end up staying up for the entirety of the event, but one of the things I did catch was Pete Alonso's first round as well, and then right after that was Ohtani and Soto, and to their credit, the most entertaining round, probably
No
the entire
question.
competition. Yeah. So, he started late. I mean, hey, he kept up with Soto. I mean, I don't know if he didn't belong. I mean, Ohtani leads the major leagues in home runs, so I don't know how you could say he didn't belong in that situation there, Blaise.
He
But-
just
But I mean,
I think-
people, and maybe I can get your take on this real quick. People were talking about how maybe one of the reasons why he went to the Angels instead of like a team, and said that he didn't want to go to the Yankees was because of wasn't sure how he could deal with the limelight, so to speak, as Stephen A. Smith so eloquently put it recently.
oh,
People are saying that, and I honestly don't see it like that. I feel like Ohtani is a guy who just sees ball, hits ball, and maybe not that he didn't understand the concept of the home run derby, but his first time doing it, he's in front of this is the limelight. I don't know, just curious to see what your take is on that.
yeah. I feel like this game and big baseball people in general, they're very quick to hype people like a Shohei, like a Mike Trout, who are they great players? Yes. But I'm sorry, to me, you don't just rise to superstardom meteorically like he has. I'm sorry, bro. I need to see more before I really am bought into Shohei. And that's how I feel about a lot of people. I
Dang.
mean, you know that I don't jump on those trains right away.
We very much differ on that opinion there.
Yes, we do.
I think the fact that this guy throws 100 miles an hour and is playing not only when he's pitching and hitting dingers to the point of major league lead, 30-plus home runs, first starter at both positions in an all-star game that he deserved. He throws 100 miles an hour. I mean, it's Babe Ruth has got nothing on Shohei Ohtani. That is a fact.
Why is that comparison?
That is a fact.
Bro,
yeah, it's a fact.
How
can you say it's not a fact? Neither one of us ever
was a lot different.
Babe Ruth played against a bunch of plumbers and freaking guys who would go work on construction sites in the off season. Like, he wasn't playing against the athletes that I don't know. It's something that I feel very passionate about.
That's exactly what I was about to say. But to say that Babe Ruth doesn't have anything on Shohei Ohtani, I'm sorry, I can't go there.
Shohei Ohtani would strike out Babe Ruth 99 out of 100 times at the very least.
Now he'd strike him out 100 out of 100. But that's beside the point.
Oh wow, I like that you said that.
I mean, the thing is, though, I can't compare.
That's fine. That's fair.
People from 100 years ago to how they do today. I can't do that. If you want to, go right ahead.
No. Can I tell you something?
Of course.
I agree with that, what you just said, so much. I happen to be a big fan of, like, the LeBron James. I happen to be, obviously, not a big Ohtani fan, but I'm gladly recognizing the greatness that we are seeing right now,
sure.
and the rarity of it. But I've always steadfastly, and you can ask a good friend of ours, Brett, this exact question. You can ask him if this is true. I have always said you cannot compare generations. Like, great ones are great ones, but a guy from literally over 100 years ago, or maybe a little less than that. But either way, just about 100 years ago. I
don't even think you can compare 20 years ago.
Yeah.
The game has changed so much.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's fun. It's fun for me to scream about, this, that, the other thing, like, oh, he's the best. It's how Ohtani would strike out Babe Ruth. It's fun for me to scream about that. And I do stand by that Ohtani is a better athlete, baseball player than Babe Ruth. I will stand by that.
I think there's very little to dispute about the fact that Shohei Ohtani is a better athlete.
And baseball.
You have to, then again, you have to look at the time. I mean, back in the 20s and 30s and in the mid to late to 19 teens.
But if a guy like Shohei Ohtani, I wasn't
even done making my point. But what I was going to say is it was acceptable in that time to be walking around and drinking beer and eating all these hot dogs and smoking a bunch of cigarettes, and no one thought anything of it. It was acceptable to show up to the ballpark hungover and hit home runs and all that stuff. I mean, the contracts weren't nearly what they are. So I think because of all the money that is in professional sports that was not there today, I think, yes, the standard has become higher. And because the standard has become higher, then you gosh darn better well be a better athlete. So I think we're saying the same thing, just in very, very different ways.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair. I'm a modern day. I go with what I know and what I've seen. Like, I don't, honestly, like, if we're being like completely serious and honest, I don't even really care about what happened before my lifetime because I wasn't here for it. My baseball fandom started when I was 8 years old. Like, it's not to disrespect, and I understand I might get a little flack for disrespecting Babe Ruth, and I'm not trying to, because my entire life I grew up like Babe Ruth was the best. And you know what? I mean, he's the first Hall of Famer. So, but
can you even make that claim that Babe Ruth was the best? See, I'm not so sure you can.
The thing is, you have to.
No, I don't think so. Babe Ruth was unquestionably the best player of his time.
Yeah.
Now, flip a coin between Joe DiMaggio and Ted Williams. Which one was the better player? You could make even as a Yankee fan, I probably give the nod to Ted Williams, but it's close. So, okay. And then I just don't. I think it's so hard to say, and this just doesn't apply to baseball. I just have a really hard time with saying, so and so is the best of all time because the games have changed so differently, so drastically, especially in baseball.
I was about to ask you who you thought was the best player of all time, so you already answered that you don't think you can answer it. So,
well, I think what you have to do is you have to say this was the best player of such and such generation. I think that's how you have to do it. I think that's really the fair way of doing it. Just because the game has changed so much, even from 20 years ago, heck, even from 10 years ago. I mean, 10 years ago, we weren't hearing all this nonsense about launch angle and exit velocity and all this other stuff. I mean, bunting was still a thing. The stolen base was still a thing. I mean, I know you were just saying that you don't really necessarily care about what happened before your lifetime. And while, yes, I understand that, but with that said, I mean, we're never going to see baseball like it used to be played, where there was stolen base, like there was the emphasis on fundamentals, where there was an emphasis on bunting. I mean, there's no better example of that than, the 1985 Cardinals. I mean, who ran all over everyone and put pressure on the defense. That doesn't happen today. And I'm just really concerned that we're going to continue to see a very watered down version of what baseball is supposed to be as time goes on.
Well, and I think I have two things. One, I think supposed to be is relative because baseball, I don't think needs to be one certain way. I think
I agree.
It is whatever it needs to be, to be honest. And what Major League Baseball wants the most is what they want it to be is whatever's going to put butts in the seats and get them ratings on TV. So, but as a fan, I think, baseball is whatever you make it. So supposed to be, I've loved bunt as an NL fan my entire life. Of course I love the bunts. I love small ball, especially as a Cardinal fan, basically. And I love stolen bases as well. And it's just, it's just like any other sport. It evolves, it adapts, and you know what? Like a lot of trends in the world, a lot of things go out of style and then they come back again. So I think we just kind of have to wait and see.
Yeah, I guess my issue is as you need to clear your throat. I can hear. So if you need to turn your mic off and do that, go ahead or what have you.
I'm good.
I guess my issue is that it seems to be because there's so much money in baseball and so much money in professional sports that it just feels like mediocrity is acceptable. The strikeout is acceptable. We were taught striking out is a bad thing. Swinging and missing, coming up empty. We missed the ball. That should not be viewed as an acceptable thing. I mean, all the strikeouts that exist. You look at the low batting average. I think really what Major League Baseball wants, what the fans want for the game are very different. I see a huge disconnect between the league and its fan base. And there's no better evidence, as we probably do need to move on, there's no better evidence. The stupid uniforms. Oh, my gosh. All-Star Game uniforms. I mean, my goodness, can we have the uniforms where where the guy is able to wear his team jersey instead of this other crap?
Yeah, I'll never.
See, that was awful.
I'll never be okay with that. That's for sure. That'll never ever be. We'll always agree on that. It's. I feel like it was always it's a badge of honor.
Yeah.
To you're representing your club, the team that signs your check, the city that represents you, that you represent, and the city that loves you. Especially if you're an all-star. I mean, if you make the team as the all-star team, you're one of the guys that the team is behind, and the city is behind. And,
right.
Yeah, man. I'm that's for sure. And I mean,
DeGrom not going to the All-Star game.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I I don't care if he doesn't pitch. You were voted. Go. You were voted there.
Look, man. I totally get where you're coming from, but it's tough, especially the year after a COVID year. It's tough to get on a guy for A, wanting to rest after being hurt, and B, and not do the travel and events and stuff like that comes with being there, and also wanting to just be with your family. Like when that is what is the it's tough to get on anybody when that's the quote unquote. Well, not even. I'm not going to say excuse. Well, that's the reason given for a player not being there. It's tough to get on.
Yeah, but you got to ask yourself: is that really the true, authentic reason?
Well,
it
no.
Good in front of a microphone, no question about it.
I mean, you're getting very sleuthy, my friend. I mean, I don't. I mean, what are we? I'm in no position to question whether that was the truth or not. And frankly, I don't personally care. I see where you're coming from, and can see where fans in general could be upset. But I'm not in any position, nor do I personally care if a guy needs to take some rest. And I mean, and as we've seen, speaking of the Mets, which I guess we'll just hop right into around for the league if you want, unless you want to spend a little bit more time on this.
Well, I mean, I get it. If you want to rest, you want to rest. I mean, and he gave the reason to spend time with his family after a COVID year. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was pitching, away from his family for the entire year, in quarantine basically all of 2020. Which I understand.
Yeah, I don't fault the guy or any guys who want to spend 4 to 5 days, whatever they got, just at home.
I mean, honestly, the game was so bad. Why even bother?
Oh yeah. Before we move on, can we talk? Yeah. The NL, Blaise, had, first of all, 0 starters from any first place team in the NL. So no Giants, no Brewers, and no Mets were in the starting lineup. There were 2 Pirates and 2 Reds in the starting lineup.
I mean, Brian Reynolds, I can understand.
They're good players. Yeah, they're good players.
I can understand Brian Reynolds. I mean, but even still, I mean, if Acuna didn't get hurt, you're still having the same issue that you just put up, and you're 1,000% right.
Isn't that crazy? It's like the first time ever. I think it was. Was actually the first time ever.
I mean, my feeling on any of this All-Star stuff, and it doesn't depend on the sport, is that anytime it becomes a popularity contest, people with genuine talent are going to get screwed over people who have a really good name. Fair. And yet, I know we spent a lot of time on it, but I also want to add, just to all what you have said in general about guys skipping out. We didn't even get to the Astros, all of the Astros not going, like all of that stuff. But in 2022, I will be a little perturbed if guys don't go, because I feel like this was the year. Take your time off, whatever. I can give you the pass. But yeah, next year, Blaise, I don't even know where the All-Star celebrations are next year, but I believe it's LA, isn't it? There you go. I mean, there's no go. If you're hurt, bring your family. Rest. Don't play. That's fine. But show up if you were voted, because you do owe it to the fans. I mean, you have current players that were getting on their peers who chose not to go. Yeah, no, for sure. And they went. I mean, because to me, the biggest issue is like you are viewed as an elite player in Major League Baseball. I don't know. Shout out Bethel, by the way. Shout out Bethel High School alum Matt Barnes' first All-Star appearance, and he got an extension. Got paid. Rightly so. Paid. There you go. So I have him on my fantasy team. It's pretty surreal. I literally went to a sleepover 3rd grade, and Matt Barnes, he was in 4th grade at the time, was begging to sleep next to me at the sleepover, and I'll never forget that. Really? Yep. Wow. So I was the cool kid, and now he's the all-star pitcher. So shout out Matt Barnes. Anyway. absolutely.
Little personal anecdote there.
I mean, you know, we'll be back after this break from Journey. This is Swinging Blind. No, I'm kidding.
There you go. There we go. There we go. Hey, you know what? We got into some pretty good stuff there, Blaise. I'm glad we got the All-Star talk, and we can go on forever on it. But we will move on to a very abbreviated version of a round for the league. If you're good with it, and we're going to mix in our Homer Minute here as well. Blaise, are you ready to?
I'm ready. Let's go.
You ready to, as your namesake is, blaze through this?
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know it was a good one if I got that. So, all right, let's start. Let's just do it right now. We'll start AL East, my man. We have the Red Sox with a 1.5 lead over the Rays. And then the third place Blue Jays, fourth place Yankees both sit 7 and 8 games respectively out of first place. And then the lowly Orioles, a 26-game deficit there. Your thoughts on the AL East, and then you could just go right into your Homer Minute, my guy.
Well, first and foremost, I mean, as we said before, who thought the Red Sox were going to be here? It looks like they're going to be here to stay.
Jeez.
It certainly looks like they are going to outclass Tampa Bay. The moves that they've made looks like it's going to backfire on them a little bit. I'm a little ticked at two things with the Yankees. One, that the Orioles are within 20 games of us. I mean, that's disgusting. I'm sorry. And then the second thing is that, we're in fourth place. And to be honest, you can't rely on, Garrett Cole to pull you out of every single rut. I mean, his past two starts, the 9-inning complete game shutout against the Astros, and then 6 hits, 1 run against the Red Sox in the rain-shortened game Saturday night, where you had the fan, peg Alex Verdugo ball, which was just
awful.
Absolutely uncalled for.
I actually saw a video of that. I saw a video of the guy throwing it. There's a fan video of him getting, taken out and thrown out of the, with Yankee fans and Boston fans alike pointing at him and getting him out of there. So,
well, rightly
shout out to those fans for pointing out the one bad apple that was just couldn't be contained.
Well, yeah, I mean, because Verdugo was just trying to throw the ball to a kid, and the kid didn't catch the ball, and an adult did, and you had these morons chanting, throw it back, throw it back, throw it back, and you threw it back. I mean, it's just, I don't understand why it's ever been okay to do that. I don't care, 50, 40, 30 years ago, however long ago. It's a really good way for someone to get hurt. And it could be an unintended person you want hurt or an intended person. Because especially, and you know this from being a player, you're an outfielder, you're looking at the plate, you're not looking at what's happening behind you.
Yeah.
You're extremely vulnerable.
Oh, yeah.
That's,
I've only had that experience only a few times just because very rarely did I play in arenas or, stadiums that had people behind me when I was in the outfield. But yeah, that extended to that far. But I did a couple times, and yeah, man, it's weird. It's weird, like looking over your shoulder and seeing people there, and like you said, there's no net, there's no nothing, there's nothing there. Like you're putting yourself at the whim of. I mean, geez, we can get into it a little later, but what happened at the Nationals game, man?
Well, I mean,
we'll get to that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, just give your thoughts really quick on.
We'll just do
on the AL East, and then we'll zip right over to the NL East and talk.
Let's do that. And then we'll get your Homer Minute in. I honestly, there's not much really for me to add other than I think it's going to be the two-headed race of Red Sox Rays, unless the Yankees. Well, this could end up being a big 4-way matchup. Blue Jays returning to Toronto at the end of the month, getting some firepower back, probably making some moves, I would imagine. The Yankees, I do not believe, will stand pat. I believe they go out and do a couple of things. And then I think the Rays, Red Sox, with or without any kind of moves, are there for the long haul. This could be a very entertaining end to one of the better divisions in baseball, for sure.
No question.
If not the best. So, Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what happens. And like you said, we were both extremely horrendously swinging blindly on our Red Sox take at the beginning of the year.
Well, us, it almost seemed like the entire
Nobody.
collaborative of baseball people.
Yeah, great way to put it. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Swinging on to what is probably considered the worst division in baseball, please.
Oh my gosh!
The NL East, with the Mets with a narrow 2-game lead after, I don't know what the final result of their game today was, but either way, as of right now, 2-game lead on the Phillies, Braves, 3 games right there, so close at the top, and I mean close in general. 6 games for the Nationals in fourth, and 8.5 back are the Marlins, who you never know. You just never know.
I'm sorry, but the Nationals 6, Marlins 8.5 back. In as bad of a division as this is, I'm sorry, those teams have no shot as far as
yeah. I don't mean to laugh, but I think you're pretty accurate there. I mean, it'll be a 3-team race there. Braves making the big acquisition of Jock Peterson. It seems like the Cubs are bowing out. So we'll have to see what happens there. But
the Cubs are no doubt sellers. I mean, obviously the Braves needed to make some sort of a move
without Ozuna
to get a Class B citizen. I mean, or I should say Class B player in Jock Peterson.
Yeah.
From the
they had to do something. Yeah.
Well, and the Cubs, interestingly enough, they traded away, Atlanta traded away their 12th ranked prospect, first baseman, who went to the Cubs, which tells me that Anthony Rizzo's getting traded somewhere. This kid's going to get a shot because the Cubs are clearly, as we might as well just jump right to the NL Central at this.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
The Cubs are in a very dire need to rebuild. At least the arrow seems to be pointing that way. I don't see any way that Chris Bryant is sticking around or is going to be around. And Anthony Rizzo's likely going to get traded because, Atlanta dealt their first baseman, 12th overall prospect. So tell us what the NL standings are, which I think kind of back up what I just said. And then you again.
Yeah, interestingly enough, so we have the Brewers in first there. That's not the interesting part, but 6-game lead over the Reds in second, and then the Cubs 8 games back in third there, with the Cardinals sitting there 9 games back in fourth. Pirates 18 there back, probably not doing much. The Pirates, but I say interestingly enough because it seems like the Cubs are the sellers, and I was reading a report earlier today that the Cardinals, with sources within the team, do not believe that they're going to be sellers, and it makes sense when you go and make a deal with like Arenado. You're kind of saying that you're trying to win now. I am not in any way optimistic right now on the Cardinals. I'll just do a quick homer eulogy, I'm calling it. It's very disappointing. It's very, very disheartening. I've kind of bounced back and forth between how I feel about it. As we are speaking right now, I am watching them play 1-1 in the 7th against the Giants. And I haven't watched a lot of them this year, to be honest, just being busy and all that. And I'm the most superstitious guy. I'm not a little stitious. I'm superstitious. I watch, or I very much believe that they do bad when I don't watch, but they've been doing very bad. So my counterpoint to that is maybe if I start watching them more, I will, like if I make it a point to watch them instead of like, I've just been busy and I've been tired and say, I'll check my phone in the morning, that kind of deal. No, I'm going to make it a point to continue to watch until they fully break my heart. It's been close, but we're not there yet. So Cardinals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how could you have a lot of optimism with the Cardinals right now?
No.
I'm not saying that to rub salt in the wound. That's just the reality.
No. Can we bounce back to the Yankees real quick? I would love to hear, just to make me feel better, your quick anecdote.
Okay, sure. Well, I mean, right now we're dealing with the whole COVID thing with some of our pitchers and players, and whatnot, and it's just a bit of a mess. We've got a bunch of AAA guys up right now. We'll see how they do. It is interesting though that Esteban Florial, who we've heard about as Yankee fans for a number of years, that he's supposed to be this next big great center fielder. Well, where is he? Not in Yankee pinstripes right now. He's in AAA. I mean, and I know I said it a couple of months ago that if the Yankees don't make the ALCS, that both Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone have to go. Another reason for me another craw in that cradle, if you will, is that the Yankee farm system is not comprised of very good talent. And I'm sorry, I can't have the same person making these decisions for my team. Brian Cashman has had a heck of a run. All good things must come to an end, my friend, except for us doing shows. But
I do want to give you credit, though. Credit where credit is due. You did say that, and you're owning up to it. You've said both of those things, so you're facing it head on, and I respect that.
Well, because I genuinely feel that way.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And I'm not someone who backs down from something I said.
No. But before we move on, so you said that. Would you be a proponent of, if it gets worse? I don't know what worse would be right now for the Yankees, but if it gets quote unquote worse, are you a proponent of making those moves in the middle of the season, or would you rather them wait until the end of the season? Regardless,
I don't like when moves are made in the middle of a season like that for any team. Reason being, I don't see what it does other than just further exclaims that you're out of it.
Yeah, no, I like that. You're right. When the Cardinals did it though, with Schilt, they did make the playoffs. I just want to make that known when they got rid of Matheny and added Schilt.
Yeah, but they did that how early into the season, though?
That's a good point. It was like June something.
And that's not happening right now. Yeah. Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman have made it this far.
Yeah. It's like there's a threshold, I believe, at least in some organizations. The Yankees, what a weird thing it would be for the Yankees to fire their manager at least in the middle of the season. That'd be strange. When's the last time that happened? It's definitely Billy Martin?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I mean, all Billy Martin did was take the team to the World Series the year before.
To be then, right? Oh my goodness.
Well, I know we've talked about it before that.
Yeah.
Hal Steinbrenner is not his dad, George, which I think in some ways is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes. With that said, I mean, there does need to be accountability at the end of this year. And again, to me, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable if, and I think the reality is imminent, that we're not going to, forget about even making the ALCS, making the playoffs, I think is, at best a pipe dream reality. I just think that these guys need to go. And it'll be interesting to be a relatively neutral observer come October, which it looks like that's what I'm going to be, and it looks like that's what you're going to be too.
Yeah, well, I started mine off as a eulogy, and it ended up kind of being more positive. Yours started off just medium, and then now you've written us both off, so I think I'm back to eulogy status.
Well, I think it's the reality, man.
I know. I appreciate it, honestly. Nobody else has talked to me like you are, and that's why we do this podcast, because nobody else has given to me straight like you did, and I very much appreciate it, my friend. But you know what? Let's power through the rest of this. We've
got the AL Central, and
we added on to it. But you know what? It's been an amazing episode here on the Swinging Blindly podcast. We appreciate everybody listening, and we hope you continue to as we get through the AL Central, where we have the White Sox with the biggest lead in all of baseball, with an 8-game lead over the Indians, best winning percentage in the AL and in baseball, is the White Sox. Indians there, 8 games back. Tigers, 13.5 back. Twins, 16.5. One of the bigger disappointments, especially according to us, for sure, one of the biggest disappointments in baseball is that team, the Minnesota Twins. And then the Royals, 18 back in last place. Yeah, I mean, I think
There's
I was
not much to say, bro. I
just want to say this. I think I was a little higher on the White Sox bandwagon, or I was thinking they'd be solid, and I certainly am a little disappointed that it's Tony La Russa doing it over there. That certainly is a little bit of salt in the wound, but yeah, I mean, like you said, they're just a better team. I think it's, to use your word that I like a lot, imminent that the White Sox remain in control of that division, and we'll see what happens. So,
well, I mean, the interesting thing though is the manager with this team is he really making a significant impact?
I almost
think so.
I almost feel like, and I'm going to believe this regardless if it'll never be proven. I want to believe that they're doing it almost in spite of him.
I mean, this team is plenty good enough. I feel like, really, unless you had an absolute joke of a manager, like...
Don't get me wrong, I love Tony La Russa, but because of what he did with the Cardinals. Kind of a sketchy guy in general, but...
I'm just saying that I'm just not sure if... Excuse me. Don't have a cough button on the microphone here. But I just wonder if he really is having that much of an impact. That's all I'm saying. I'm not willing to sit here and I don't want to undercredit him.
No.
But I just know how gosh darn good this team is.
No, yeah, it's almost like
and everyone else in that division sucks. I'm sorry.
We're just giving it to you straight this episode, people. Don't. That's just
they do.
Yeah, I mean it's not even that's not even
not up for debate.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Indians 8 games back, and they're like right around 500, aren't they?
My God, I just had it. Hold on.
I mean, everyone else.
3 games up. Yep.
They're
46-43.
Over 500.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone else is under.
Yep.
So that's all you need. That's really all you need to know. And honestly, as we move to the AL West, other than Oakland and Houston, or Houston and Oakland, Houston is 1, Oakland is 2, I believe. That division's the same way. Seattle's not good enough, and the Angels and Rangers are dismal. They're both under 500.
And especially,
I believe
a troutless Angels has, they're not swimming upstream, that's for sure. And then the Mariners,
Wow. Well played, my guy.
Thank you.
Really well played.
The Mariners, they seem like they'll be docked right there in 3rd place, and then and I think it'll be a race to the moon between the Astros and the Athletics. Who can get there first? So, I had to keep going. Come on.
But who we can't leave. Who we can't leave out? The Walker, Texas Rangers.
Hey! Shout out Chuck Norris for sure.
Chuck Norris might make him 500 right now.
Chuck Norris would just claim the World Series and nobody would say otherwise. So there you go.
My point is that team is so bad that he might make them somewhat respectable. That was
he would win them the entire thing. Chuck Norris. Put some respect on Chuck Norris.
Listen, bro, I put a lot of respect in Chuck Norris. I also know how bad this Rangers team is.
What a clip. The NL West, please. Let's get really quick. Oh man, that was
sorry. I am very punchy today.
Oh, that was really good. The Giants. I'm sorry. All right. The Giants who I believe are a big surprise to both. Yeah, I mean it has to be, right. I think we both had them around third.
Yeah,
Uh,
probably.
58 and 33. They have the 1-game lead over the Dodgers. Padres 5 games out, and then the rest
St. Amos.
there you go. Yeah, I mean the Rockies and Diamondbacks play baseball in that division, and honestly, maybe not the best because of those bottom two. I'll give the best to the AL East, but probably the most exciting race is going to end up being those 3 teams in the NL West.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. It's a 3-horse race.
Yeah, so I'm totally here for it. And so there you go. Around for the league. We got a little silly, we got a little fun, and
not only that, I mean, when Trevor Story becomes a free agent from the Colorado Rockies, the Yankees need to sign him, make him the shortstop.
The Cardinals also need to sign him.
No, but listen, the Yankees need to sign him. They need to move Gleyber Torres over to second, move DJ LeMahieu over to first. That'll make that contract look better at the end of it, and then get rid of cold hand Luke Voigt. Then you have a solid, defense with Urshela at third. After he's done with his COVID thing. So I mean, look at that. There we go. That is a move that the Yankees need to make, and I'm going to be really ticked off if they don't, because I love the story. There's a story of a man named Trevor who was a free agent and became a Yankee. I mean, bring him on. Bring him on. Whether it's Brian Cashman, leading the Brady bunch, I hope not. Maybe a guy named Brady. Who knows? Anyhow.
Maybe a guy named Blaise.
Well, I think I'll be doing podcasts with you, my guy.
You could do both. You could run the Yankees and do a podcast with me. Maybe it would actually... Probably, I would imagine, very much improve everything about our podcast if you were the GM.
Yeah. Well, what I would have to learn how to do is give 5-minute answers and say the same thing 5 different times.
Oh, jeez. You wouldn't be good at that.
No, I wouldn't be very good at that.
No.
But,
such is life.
And... we have a lot of optimism with this team. There's plenty of reason for us to be optimistic. We've seen a lot. We know the potential that they have, and we know that they're not living up to the potential, but we do have a lot of optimism for this team, and it's optimism that we've seen. Unfortunately, only the fans get to see what happens on the field and not behind the scenes, but we've seen a lot of optimism. Just this crap.
I mean, I could do a show really quick for you if you want.
Go ahead.
Yeah, our guys. They went out and they tried really hard, and we just came up short. They just came up short. We were just a couple hits away. They came up short, and we went out there. We really tried our best, but they just came up short. And our pitchers pitched well. A couple walks here and there. Batters had a couple hits. That could have used another hit here and there. But we just came up short.
I wish I would have had like the Garth Brooks Shameless lined up or, queued up, because I would have played that underneath. It would have been absolutely perfect. With the voice that you did. Oh, I'm shameless.
I know. I feel bad. I'm a Mike Show guy, and I don't think I did a very good impression. It was basically verbatim a speech that he did, but yeah, I mean, if you could do that, please do it.
Oh, man.
That's the state of our teams. It
really is. I mean, like when you first started, I was like, okay, it kind of sounds a little bit like, a Tony Romo, Chris Collinsworth. Like I was like, okay, like who are you trying to go for here?
Show.
It was clear that you were, trying to aim for Schill, but much like him, yeah, missed. So anyhow, I
deserve that.
I heard a little bit of Madden in there too.
Yeah, that was like every impressionist I've ever heard combined at the same time. And shout out Mike Schultz. I know he's listening, and we'll right this ship together. Hit me up.
Right.
We'll hop on a Zoom, and you can tell me that you just came up short.
You play in the show me state, so show me why I should believe.
Ooh, shout out you.
Right?
Just shout out you, Blaise.
Well, shout out you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, so the next time we're together here in a couple of weeks doing a show, it's going to be after the trade deadline. So we're going to have a bunch of trade deadline stuff to talk about. I would assume. And I love the fact that the trade deadline is on a Saturday during the baseball season.
That is very cool because I'm usually, I'll be at work or whatever, trying to sneak my phone time in,
right?
Checking it out because doesn't it end at ends at a weird time, right?
4:00.
Yeah. It's an afternoon thing, so
yeah, 4.
That's gonna be awesome. Just throw on the TV, MLB Network or whatever you want to watch, and whatever you need to. I'll have my laptop on. I'll have the TV on.
Right. Yeah.
I'll be locked in, and we'll be texting each other the entire day, I imagine, because I imagine both of us are looking forward to our teams possibly making some kind of move to salvage whatever is left of this season.
Yeah, well, you play in the show me state, and I play in the Excelsior state, ever upward, which is what our teams need to do. And speaking of ever upward, well, it's time for us to go. Bro, thanks as always for everything that you do for the show and, steering this mighty ship of ours. And you are listening to Swinging Blindly. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and you can hear us on your favorite community radio station, assuming that they are part of the Pacifica Radio Network of low-power FM stations. And find us on social media, facebook.com/Swinging Blindly Podcast. And on Twitter @Swinging Blindly, right, PJ Geary?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, shall we go swing and miss now?
Hey, man. Who cares?
All right, yeah. Sounds good. We care about the show. We care about you. Love to all. See you in 2 weeks.